Yes, we are live. I apologize, guys. I apologize. We're live. I guess we are now. I had some technical issues with YouTube for some reason. The Hangout that I actually set up, it said the video was over, so I had to start a new one and share it with you guys. So I do apologize about this. If you were waiting to catch this video, I know a bunch of people were. I know Michelle Gillespie was waiting also. If you are, just check this video out. We have it now. I know some people were waiting. So anyway, let us get the show on the road. So, The Expendables 3. I saw the movie, and this is my full review. There'll be no spoilers. So a couple of people complained, talked about that. Mosiman and Juan Bagnell. No spoilers in this video, I promise. But Expendables 3. Now, this movie has a huge cast. There's a lot of people in this movie, as you can even see from the banner from the event that I set up. But just to give you a rundown of everyone in this movie, the movie stars Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Harrison Ford, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mel Gibson, Wesley Snipes, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Kelsey Grammer, Glenn Powell, Antonio Banderas, Victor Ortiz, Ronda Rousey, Killian Lutz, as well as Jet Li. So 16 members of the Expendables. Sorry, no, 15, thereabout, and then one bad guy. So the Expendables 3 basically is the latest in the Expendables franchise, and basically it stars, as you know, I just gave you the whole rundown of people who are actually in this movie, and it starts off with that very scene you see in the trailers where there's a train and it plows through a building. That's the very first scene in the movie, so I'm not spoiling anything. It's a rescue scene, and it's basically they're rescuing someone from prison, and you can guess who. It is Wesley Snipes, and that's how the movie starts off. And it's pretty cool because it's kind of indicative of how Wesley Snipes went to jail, and there's some jokes about it and all that fun stuff, which is nice. And again, if you have any comments, guys, the Q&A is open for this video, or you can leave that with the video itself on the YouTube channel if you're watching there. On there, but the movie starts off that way, and it gives you something interesting. So we have a couple of comments here. West Evil Dead, About Time. Crap, I'm alone. No, you're here. Don't worry. So the movie, like I said, starts off with that scene, and they go to rescue Wesley Snipes. From there, they go on a mission, and then things kind of go around. And Stallone, one of the team members, gets badly hurt. And Stallone realizes that he needs to probably switch things up. So that's where he decides to tell his old team members, I'm sorry, guys, no can do. We got to go young and fresh. And that's where you see the new guys. So the new guys in this movie are Ronda Rousey, who is an MMA fighter. You also have Victor Ortiz. You have Killian Lutz in there, and Glenn Powell. And this new team brings they bring a little contrast of young and old and different styles and all that kind of stuff. Now, in terms of the team makeups, the original Expendables were cool. The new young guys were, yeah. I mean, I really didn't care too much for them just because I really wanted to see, my old '80s action stars. And but they were all right. They weren't bad. I mean, Ronda Rousey, when she got into action doing some of MMA stuff, was really cool to see her fight. The action sequences were nice. The last action sequence in this movie was pretty cool, very big, 80s explosion, all that kind of stuff. Now, the Expendables, I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you're not a fan of 80s action movies, this is not for you. It's meant for that crowd, and it still does a good job. I actually kind of prefer this movie over Expendables 2, even though it had Chuck Norris in there, and I love Chuck Norris. But I think this movie just had a little bit more in there. Now, you have Kelsey Grammer in the movie, and he plays kind of like an intermediary character, and he does a good job. He's pretty cool as a character, and he does that. And I like the fact that Kelsey Grammer is doing stuff like this. He's talked about how he wants to go back into the X-Men franchise. So I like the fact that he's in this. So it was kind of cool. Now, the bad guy is Mel Gibson, and his name is Stonebanks, and Mel Gibson fits the role. I don't know whether it's because of all the stuff he's had in the past, the issues and troubles, but he just looked like a bad guy. I mean, he looked like that traditional 80s bad guy. Now, the plot devices in this movie is very flimsy. It's light. It's like every other Expendables movie. But it kind of makes sense in some way because, there's this transition of all the new teams and both teams coming together. So there's that aspect of things. Now, when you're talking about the new inclusions to this movie, some of the new inclusions including Wesley Snipes and Antonio Banderas. First of all, Wesley Snipes, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't get to see him do a lot of martial arts. I mean, we all love Wesley from Blade series and how he does love, ass kicking there, but we didn't see too much. He was more of a knife guy in this movie. And maybe that's just because he's not probably into his full form, just coming out of prison, last 2 years or so. So it was nice to see him in there. He was kind of the competing knife guy against Jason Statham. So that was interesting to see. Antonio Banderas was probably the best highlight of this movie. I for some reason I didn't realize he was in the movie, even though I've seen him in trailers. But when I saw him when he appeared in the movie and he did his thing, he was hilarious. He was more probably he was probably the best character I enjoyed in this movie. So I really liked the way Antonio Banderas actually portrayed his character in this movie. Again, it's an 80s movie. It's a lot of action. Is it better than, say, Expendables 1 and 2? I say it's better than 2, not as good as 1, but still a fun movie overall. That's my take on it. I'm not trying to spoil anything. There's really not much to spoil except just a bunch of action sequences. Now, Slugbugs55 says Antonio Banderas kicks ass. Yes, he does. He kicks some serious ass, and definitely he was pretty cool in this. Mosman is in the Netherlands. Oh, it's 3:06 a.m. Thanks, man, for joining in. I appreciate it. And thanks for staying up. Sorry again for just the slight delay there and issues with video on YouTube. Daniel Sparks asks, how many headphones do you have? You can count. All right. So I'd probably say about 20 or so. But anyway, going back to the movie, let's see what we have in the YouTube channel here for comments on here. Let's see. Reloading that. Some hellos, some first, second, thirds, and all that kind of stuff from West Evil Dead. So I'll break the movie down into a couple of parts. The parts I liked about the movie, I liked Antonio Banderas. I liked the fact that there were all these different 80s action stars. I do like the fact that the action sequence, the last action sequence was pretty big in there, and it was pretty cool. I like the fact that every star played who they were. So, Arnold was Arnold. Harrison Ford was pretty much Harrison Ford that in the movies. Stallone kind of played an in-between character between Rocky and Rambo. Jason Statham tried to play himself for what and understand. Also, you can tell like from Wesley Snipes, Antonio Banderas is the one that kind of threw me off because, I didn't expect to see him that way, and you see when you watch the movie. He came out pretty well. It was pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed what he brought to the table here altogether. But I think he did a good job. Now, my question to you all as you watch this video is, number one, are you going to see the movie? If you are, or have you seen the movie? Because, of course, this movie has been bootlegged, for a while now. So the question is, have you actually seen the movie? If you have, let me know your thoughts of the movie. And second, for Expendables 4, because we know this movie is going to do at least fairly well enough to make an Expendable 4. What do you expect to see? I'm going to tell you what I want to see in Expendable 4. I want to see, because in the first 3 Expendable movies, they go against pretty much one bad guy and like a bunch of minions and all that stuff. I want to see the Expendables go against another group of mercenaries, So I want to see them go in another group. So right now, this group is huge. And looking at the photo there, let me see. I think I have a photo of the Expendables team somewhere, the whole cast, just to show you guys. It's a lot of people. I mean, it's pretty much like, they took the whole farm with them and decided to just make the whole cast of Expendables. Let's see. Okay, let's share screen. Show you that whole cast photo. Where's my screen? There we go. All right, so that's the whole cast. So you have in here, you have you can see Stallone, Statham, Terry Crews, Arnold, Dolph Lundgren. I forgot to even mention him. Jet Li, Randy Couture, Antonio Banderas, Harrison Ford, Mel Gibson, Wesley Snipes, Kelsey Grammer. It's a bunch of new guys here. These are the new guys at the bottom here. So you can see there's a lot of characters in there. So, it's almost like they have Expendables Team A or Team B, that kind of thing going there with it. But what I want to see is I want to see them go against another group of assassins. So I want to see them go against, Kurt Russell. I want to see them go against Jackie Chan. I want to see them go against Nicolas Cage. I want to see them go against, Bolo Young. I mean, I haven't seen Bolo Young in the movie. Or even, Chow Yun Fat, in there. Like, just mix it up. I want to see some of those 80s guys come back and think about a team with, and maybe The Rock. You throw The Rock in there. So, somebody big also. So think about the team there where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have Kurt Russell leading the team as kind of like a Snake Plissken character. If he could come up with that, that would be great. Not necessarily placed like Snake Plissken, but similar to that. Kurt Russell, what's his name again? No, I just Nicolas Cage, as I mentioned, Jackie Chan, Bolo Young, Chow Yun Fat, and maybe The Rock. 6 of them against the Expendables, and you just basically, I mean, you make the storyline simple. You go, they have a job by somebody to go pick up something, and they're competing against another team, and they have to get it, and either they kill each other or they come together and they just fight. I want to see a fight between all of them. I think that would be amazing. That would be pretty cool. Slugbug55 said, yes, I've seen it. Amazing motorcycle stunts. I wonder if it was real or CG. Yeah, there's a pretty cool motorcycle stunt in that, which, probably it was, it looked very realistic, and it's possible, but I think it's probably realistic because he probably was just on wires on that just to make sure it's safe. But it was pretty cool stunt. Again, I mean, like I said, there were a bunch of cool action sequences in this movie that made it fun. Again, for me, my best character out of all the Expendables there was Antonio Banderas, who's funny, he was entertaining, and he was Antonio Banderas, he was that guy. So it was cool. It was cool to see him in a very different light from what you've seen in the past. Bruce Willis was not in this movie. We've heard some of the different things about Bruce Willis being in this movie, but he wasn't in this movie, which is a bummer. Which he was there, and Samuel L. Jackson. Throw in Samuel L. Jackson in there and the other team, and I think that would be pretty cool if you had 2 teams like going against each other and you just like take each other out. I mean, it's an 80s movie, right? You might as well do that. I think that's my own mindset altogether. So that's pretty much it for the Expendables. I liked the movie. I thought it was fun. There's nothing groundbreaking. There's nothing it's crazy. It's just straight up 80s action. Same thing we've expected. What I really hope that we get a genre called 80s action. Just bring that back and we can have all these guys come back or new guys and just do 80s action style movies, really small and centered, nothing too big, nothing too crazy, where it's just like straight up action. Maybe even bring back Steven Seagal as the main bad guy and then you can kill off Steven Seagal. Who knows? Just saying. That could be it. So anyway, like I said, I'm just running my thoughts here on the movie and a couple other things, but I would love to see an 80s action genre come back. I would love to see another Expendables group come against another mercenary group to challenge the Expendables, because now these Expendables are huge. Just like Team A and Team B of the Expendables altogether. Daniel Sparks says, are the explosions good? Yeah, they are. I mean, it's blowing up stuff. It's it's kind of like Rambo, the fourth Rambo movie, where, yeah, man, that was pretty brutal. That was a brutal movie. But they were good. They were definitely good. The one thing I will ask, if you've watched the movie, I want to know, what was that scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jet Li in the movie? Let me know, because I didn't understand it at all. Like, I think I flew by my head, but I saw it. I was like, I'm not sure what they're trying to say here. So let me know what that scene is. If you watched it, you know what? PM me. Don't spoil it yet, or wait till Friday or something. But don't just PM me about that. Don't tell anybody anything, just because I don't want to spoil it for anyone about the movie altogether. But that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, I want you to hear your thoughts on the movie, what you thought about Expendables 3, and also I want you to let me know also what you thought about the movie, and also what you think about future Expendables. So if you want to either see a group of Expendables go against mercenaries go against the Expendables, or you want to see something smaller. But I want you to know your take on what you would do for an Expendables 4. That's 8. 4. All right. All right, guys. Thank you very much. One more from Slugbug55. Surprised Mickey Rourke wasn't in this one as the bar owner. Yes, surprised too. All I know, the last thing I saw of Mickey Rourke is he said he loves Putin. So maybe that might have brought something. I don't know. But he wasn't in this movie. I thought he would be, just because they were trying to amass all those 80 stars. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and favorite this video. Again, I do apologize for the technical issues that you couldn't actually view it on the event I set up, because YouTube decided to just tell me my video was done. But you can watch it here. Do share this video so everybody can check it out. Leave your thoughts and comments. Again, tell me what you thought about the movie, and also tell me what you'd like to see from Expendables 4. I've said mine. I want to see another team go against Expendables, and I want to see Kurt Russell, Jackie Chan, Nicolas Cage, Bolo Young, Chow Yun Fat, and The Rock. Right there, 6 people. So thanks again, guys. Do subscribe to the channel. Top right hand corner of your screen. Yes, that way. Point it that way. And in the description below. Thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.